tall, but y'all can't spell it. Never mind. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You super tall, but I just say the village. Okay.
Is that on the south side?
The south side. No, when I go back to the villages of Nigeria, bro, when I was a kid, sometimes the villagers, I would see them slaughter a cow that they would prepare for the rest of those in the village. And after watching them, Marcellus, slaughter this cow, the cow would be dead, but it would still be shaking. It would still be that aftershock. It's dead.
It's dying.
It's dead. No, it's dead, but it's shaking. You know, like, if you see one of them little lizards in your house and you kill the joint, but it's still out there shaking, you see what I'm saying?
We grew up different. All these lizards and cows around you dying.
That's what the Cowboys are doing right now, Sel, because their chances of making the playoffs, they dead.
Yeah.
But that don't mean you're not going to see a little aftershock. You might see a little aftershock. You might see some kicking. You might see some flailing. But the life is gone. Marcellus, the Dallas Cowboys are the third worst team in the division. I actually think, they're going to get me for this one. I think the Giants are the best.
In the division?
In the division right now. I know.
You going there?
I know.
180.
I think the Giants actually. Now, mind you, the distance, sir, from first to fourth is not far.
All right.
But I think after watching the Giants are the best, then I think the Eagles, then I think the football team, then I think the Cowboys. Just look at the records. It's not as if to say the Cowboys, who just lost to the Eagles, they're not better than them. So, Marcellus, the Cowboys' playoff chances are gone. They're diminished. They've been gone. I'm going to end my first lap there because I got ammo, but I got to be smart with you.
Yes.
You can't come out throwing all the punches, all the bullets on your first lap because you might bob and weave the first couple. So don't worry. The second lap, I'm coming with a haymaker.
Okay. One, we know they're alive. Whatever you want to say, whether you say they shaking in Nigeria somewhere, they can be shaking wherever you want them to be, but it's still rampart, fibrillator. Boom. There's something there to grab some of this energy that you're seeing circulating around these Cowboys. Like on defense, we saw last year, latter part of the season, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense came to life, and they started to look better in the second half of the season. Wonder if that's happening in Dallas. Oh, yes, it is. Since week 7, we're starting to get some gap between week 7 and now. 11th in total defense. Look at the Dallas Cowboys. We know the special teams were performing well. All they need is adequate quarterback play because 5 wins this division. 5 wins. And you got to think about, why do I say that? I'm not trying to go hot take central. It's because the Cowboys really control their fate going forward in division games. They got Washington, Eagles, Giants. 3 right there, boom, we got the 5 wins. Also, outside the division, Dallas has one of the only 2 wins outside the division. Philly has one against the 49ers, mass unit, and then the Cowboys have one. So think about that. The Dallas Cowboys' second easiest remaining schedule controls their own fate in the division because they get to see everybody, also is in position to take over this. All they need is a quarterback to be stable. Garrett Gilbert, say what you want, close. If we get that effort against other teams going forward, or Andy Dalton. And we know Andy Dalton, late Andy Dalton in the season, is more of a winner than early Andy Dalton. Oh, you don't believe that? Okay.
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, look at his record. You want to go over that? 10th best for all quarterbacks since 2011, week 11 on. I do all my homework, not some of it. Point being, Andy Dalton, Garrett Gilbert, defense, we got a formula, 5 wins, Cowboys win the division.
See, Sal, that's why I don't throw my best punch on my first punch, because I got to know where you coming. Marcellus, you were wrong because you said 5 wins the division. You don't think? 5 wins the division for the Cowboys. But the Eagles,
what do you think?
The Giants, and the football team, they can all win the division with 4 wins, statistically. I'm not talking opinion-based. You're talking opinion-based. I'm talking facts and statistics. Statistically, the Cowboys have more work to do than the other 3 teams, just based off empirical data.
Explain the 4 first... Yuck. That is terrible. What do you do that day if you win a division and you're 4 wins?
Hey,
what do you do?
What do we do? Think about this.
Where we going?
Think if you win your 4th game of the season, win a division, and you celebrating in the locker room at 4-12.
You can't.
Like, hey, bro.
That's apple cider. That is not champagne. What can you do? We won 4 games.
Actually, I drank apple cider. Remember, I don't drink alcohol. Martinelli's apple cider goes crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress.
I'm with you there.
The Cowboys have more work to do because they got to get to 5 and they currently only have 2. The Eagles only got to get to 4. They currently have 3. Giants, I believe, only have to get to 4 and they also have 3. So the Cowboys have more work to do, but let me also talk to you like this. I think it will take 6. I gave y'all statistical lows. The lowest each team must win to get there. But I think it will take 6. Marcellus, if it's going to take 6, how in God's name do you see the Cowboys winning 4 out of their next 7? If they've won 2 out of their first 9. That is where bump the data, bump the stats. That is where you have to convince me.
You just bumped your logic because you can't sit there and say the Cowboys of the first half of the season is going to be the same team that they're playing and going to roll out in the second half.
That's fair.
Also, the opponents. Let's be real about this. Week by week, we look at the Cowboys differently. Week by week, we look at Washington differently. Week by week, we look at the Eagles, Giants. Look at you. You're doing a 180 on the Giants right now. You see the Giants the last week of the season, Week 17. You see the Eagles. You see Washington. Those are my 3 wins in the division, which matters more. But look outside the division. As I said, they are 1 of 2 wins.
Vikings look good.
I'm not saying it. You notice I ain't saying just about those Vikings. And even though Baltimore got caught slipping in the monsoon, I'm not saying them. I'm not even going to say Cincinnati. But between Cincinnati 1 week, Week 14, and San Fran, Week 15, give me 1. You want it? You want the division? Give me 1,
Here's
Cowboys.
the problem.
That's all I need.
Here's the problem,
and I can get that.
You were banking on... The Cowboys would have to, at some point, win 2 games in a row. Maybe 3. They don't want 2 out of 9. It's not going to happen. Remember, the best thing the Eagles might have done was take the tie. Because if I'm not mistaken, I still think they first in the division.
They are.
Still first in the division because of some rinky-dink tie that they took against the rinky-dink Bengals. Now, shout out to Joe Burrow, but the rest of the squad still suspect to me. I don't know how it's even possible for this to happen. Think about this, Marcellus. The last time we saw the Dallas Cowboys play, special teams played amazing against the Steelers. Garrett Gilbert, first start in his NFL career, played really great ball. Steelers, they sleptwalked through 2.5 quarters, still won the game. The week before, Cowboys played the Eagles. Carson Wentz, 3 turnovers in the first half. Backdoored with another turnover in the second half. Eagles still won by 14. So I don't know in what world, in what utopian society that you've created as a former Cowboy that you think the Cowboys are somehow, some way alive in this NFC East.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm the ultimate optimist.
You are.
And I understand now why you're such a pessimist growing up around dying lizards and cows everywhere you go. Like, if everything's dying around me, I will be negative as well. But I'm looking at this situation for a different reason. One, you did a 180 on Joe Judge and that culture and the Giants looking better.
Not Joe Judge. No. I'm not giving him Joe Judge yet. I'm giving the Giants.
Okay. Can you give Mike McCarthy, the Cowboys, Mike Nolan, anybody? Can you give them something? They're top 10-ish defense the last 2-3 weeks.
2 weeks.
2-ish weeks.
So they're a bye week. That counts. Here's the issue, bro. Think about this. Since week 6, so if you want to go week 7, let's go week 6.
Let's go.
Since week 6, the Cowboys are 0-4. Giants are 3-2. Like, even if you want to talk present tense after Dak Prescott rest his ankle and foot and whatnot, if you want to talk about since then, the Cowboys are still bad. Marcellus, here's my issue with you, bro. Denial. Spelled D-E-N-I-A-L. Don't even know I am lying. You, sir, are still in denial.
Talking about wife.
You don't even know that you're lying to yourself about these Dallas Cowboys. I'm just trying to come here on this show and bring your denial into light.
My wife hates that about me. I don't care what is going on. I'm going to find the one little glimmer of positivity and exaggerate it and enhance it until it blossoms because someone needs to cultivate that. And I'm the one for the Dallas Cowboys. See, you don't look at the positives. What did Chris Rock say about crack? Everybody always want to talk about the bad things that happen with crack. What about the good side of crack? You know what the good side about the Cowboys defense is? 25, 23,